Hello everyone! In this lesson, we will talk about the 3D parts. We can create a 3D project here. The 3D project has now been created. Let's delete the unnecessary components first. Then double-click the center of the screen. Enter the editing interface of this 3D component. It's the same structure. Left or Layers panel. On the right is the Properties panel. In the Properties panel of the scene, it's about some settings for rendering. Include settings for the main camera of the scene, including the time setting of the scene. Then the rendering quality of the scene is. Adjustments can be made here. The higher the number of samples, the better the rendering quality will be. Then you can also make some later adjustments, including other exposure floodlights and glows. All can be adjusted here. All the settings here. It all affects the whole scene. And look at the sky. Here, we can modify the intensity of the sun's light, including the angle of sunlight. And so is its shadow. It can be modified here. And here's the ambient light settings. Cloud settings. There are also fog settings, etc. Here is the model layer. All models we uploaded will appear here. Supported model formats are GLT, FOBJ, FBX, etc. GLB is recommended here. GLB compatibility will be better. If you are not sure how to export the model, it can also be found in Wings Engine Document Center. Find the corresponding tutorial. It is explained in detail here about the method of model export. Including Blender, 3D Max Revit, SketchUp Maya Cinema, 4D Rhino, etc. There are detailed instructions here. Or we can also use some models built into Shanhaijing. Find the desired model. Click to add. Selected model, we can adjust its position. including its rotation. And there are other models as well, including some decorations, some transportation facilities, etc. The model library is relatively rich. If there are no special requirements, it can even be based on model libraries to build a small scene. And then GIS. GIS, here we have mountains and seas. Embedded global image of cesium. Let's hide this ground first. You can also add a terrain to it. Because this is a plain. Fewer mountains. But some mountains can still be seen in the distance. Then also supports oblique photography models or other types of elements. In the GIS layer here, we can make some subtle parameter adjustments to it, including its projection coordinates and some later color adjustments. I want to know the specific tutorial. You can go to the Wings Engine Video Center. Find the 3D map in the Map Topic section. GIS-related functions can be found here. And then the surface. The surface is actually the same as the model. Click to add. It is an effect of a water pattern that comes with it. Here we can modify the color of the water pattern. Of course, about water bodies. Detailed tutorials can still be found here, including the use of surface water diving equations and how water connects to data. It's all explained here. And here are the markers. The words marked are our current projects. One of the most used functions. There's a lot of information and data in 3 dimensions. It's all done with markers. So the marker point is the most important in Jinlong. An important function is not an exaggeration. The way to add marker points is also very simple. Select the desired style. Click directly to add. If we want to modify it, words in the markup, we can pick a marker. Right-click here to change its name. You can see it. Our name has been changed now. Of course, at present this tag, it is a free tag. It's static. It doesn't change with the data. So if you want the label to change according to the data, we can choose to add data from. First, check the tag group. Go to Data panel. Here you can see a button to copy the data. After clicking, you can put the current. Free tags are copied as data. Next, we create a static data table. Paste directly the data we just copied here. Then the current data can put it directly linked to our markers. First, add the data table just made. Then delete this free mark. Check Mark Group. Find our data in the Data section. This is the latitude and longitude data. So let's drag the latitude and longitude to the corresponding position. ID is a unique value. The ID determines the number of tags. At this point, the marker is associated with the data. If you need to modify the marker name, you only need to modify it in the data table. Then here it is OK. Marker points for a style adjustment. We can modify the material of the marking points at will. Could be a picture. They can be models. It could even be a video. Let's choose any picture here. Click to open. You can see the marked points. The style has been modified. We can also add multiple elements. So let's say we animate it at the bottom. For videos with transparency, you need to turn on the transparency. The text is adjusted separately below. And then there's the marker panel. That is, the marker pop-up window. We can choose directly here. It needs to be emphasized that this panel, it has to be a pop-up component. Marker panel. It only recognizes pop-ups. Selection mark. Then add the pop-up window directly. Then you can choose Yes to select Display here. Or Show All. Then Show It All. All pop-ups will be displayed at the same time. These are the basic settings for marking points. There are also many advanced features about marking points. Multi-state including marker points. For example, the device marker here would switch states based on data conditions. It can clearly determine whether the device is abnormal. Implementation of trajectory animation functions including marker points, including 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional linkage, because time is limited. Want to know this specific function? You also need to go to the official website of Wings Engine. Build this tutorial in this 3D scene. There's a very detailed explanation of the markers. If you need it, please go to the official website to check. Let's continue to introduce the material library. This is a material library built into our Wings engine. So here's what I'm going to show you. How is this material used? You can add a model here first. Open Material Library. Select Material. After loading is completed, click directly on the model to add it. And now I've found this. The material is a bit too dense. You can modify the number of materials here. And then we have this path animation. We need to choose a model. Materials cannot be selected. Click to add. Click Finish. Turn loop and playback on. The speed can be adjusted faster. You can see that the filtered animation has been made. And then there are others, including layering. These are all tutorials on the official website. If you have any friends you want to know, you can go and see it. The following tutorial on making a project from 0 to 1. It's very detailed. Then include the following explosions and carousel animations. It's all on the official website. There are corresponding tutorials, including the lights, cameras, etc. And that concludes the video. In addition, the optimization method of 3D scene card. There are also corresponding tutorials in the Documentation Center. The most direct way to optimize a model is to reduce model number of objects, number of materials, number of vertices. For the scene, we can turn off some advanced special effects to ensure the fluidity of the project. You can check the specific content. If it still hasn't been resolved, you can go to the Wings Engine queue and a community. You can search for the corresponding questions here. You can also post your questions here. Wings Engine official customer service will answer you at any time. Then this set of video tutorials is here. Thanks for watching.